It's actually at the stage where it is problematic if you are involved anything in the WNBA to not hate Caitlin Clark. They were like, in the NBA, if you were
laughing, practicing, bonding like sisters, and then in the very next moment, the bomb dropped. Caitlin Clark suspended, and before anyone in the WNBA could even take a breath, 2 more names hit the floor like shattered glass. Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull were walking out, leaving the Fever, leaving the league. The trio was finished together, but the reason? Nobody saw this coming. Before we dive into this insane storyline, hit like, subscribe, and buckle up, because this might be the most emotional Fever story ever told. It all unfolded on a quiet morning in Indianapolis. One single email. Caitlin Clark is suspended for 1 game. No details, no explanation, no warning. Coaches were stunned. Players froze. Fans went silent. And Sophie Cunningham? She didn't even blink. She slammed her locker shut and whispered, "If she's gone, I'm gone." Lexie heard her, and without a moment's hesitation, said the exact same thing.
This is what happens when you're next to Caitlin Clark. You get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to. And I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter. Sophie Cunningham is a prime example. Well, nobody really, like, people say, oh, she's a beautiful blonde, blah, blah, blah. She looked the same way last year. Wasn't nobody really checking for her. You get her next to Caitlin Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America. Now she got Arby's deals. Now she's everywhere.
Then I'm not staying either. Nobody had understood how deep their bond had become or how tightly the three had connected since training camp. But today, everyone finally saw it. It began with small moments. Caitlin cracking jokes during warm-ups, Lexie bringing snacks for the team plane, and Sophie defending Caitlin during a tough practice. Then came the golf trips, the viral photos, and the long nights spent talking about pressure, fame, and the noise around them. They were a trio nobody expected, yet one that became unbreakable. They weren't just teammates or coworkers, they were family. So when Caitlin was suspended, it didn't feel like punishment. It felt like an attack, and families don't let one of their own stand alone. Inside the Fever office, alarms immediately went off. If Caitlin leaves, the team collapses financially. If Sophie leaves, they lose a leader and a shooter. If Lexie leaves, the chemistry dies instantly. The trio wasn't just popular, they were the culture, and losing them would be a disaster. Phones rang nonstop, meetings erupted, and coaches begged for clarity.
Side of your game and come into this game and for her to do the same on your side?
Yeah, well, I remember last year when we were here, I was talking to Nelly about her shoes because obviously, like, in the basketball world, like, you don't, like, you wear the team uniform, like, it's your shoes that are the cool thing. So I was, like, asking her about her shoes, and she was like, oh yeah, like these are kind of basic. And then it's been cool to kind of watch over the course of the last year. She got to put in a lot of time to create her own PE, and very unique to her and what she's passionate about in herself. And obviously somebody that's very, very deserving, and it's been at the top of the sport for a long time now. So I've played a few rounds with her even outside of here for some other stuff, and it's really fun to get to watch her do her thing up close. Like, talk about making it look easy. Like, it just is so easy for her, but at the same time, like, she's just a good person. Like, she's chill, she has fun with you out on the course. But yeah, her shoes are pretty cool. I'll make sure they get home safely, and I'm gonna be rocking them.
But the 3 stars had already made their decision. It became a moment fans would replay forever. Sophie quietly packing her bag, Lexie folding Caitlin's hoodie, and Caitlin staring down at her shoes with tears she could barely hold back. There was no yelling, no chaos, just pure heartbreak. If they suspend you, they suspend us all, Sophie said. We're not letting you walk out alone, Lexie added. You guys don't have to do this, Caitlin whispered, but Sophie simply shook her head. We already decided. Lexie managed a weak smile. We leave together. The room fell completely silent. Within minutes, the news exploded everywhere. 3 stars gone. Commentators panicked on live TV. Fans flooded social media asking, what is happening? Is the WNBA finished? This can't be real. The league scrambled, calling agents, releasing statements, and attempting damage control, but the storyline was too massive. 3 players walking out for each other was unprecedented. This wasn't a scandal, it was a behind-the-scenes revolution, and a new opportunity waited. Project B, a mysterious, powerful league offering multi-million-dollar deals, no salary caps, no messy politics, no controversial suspensions, and no media pressure, just basketball. Rumors spread that Project B made a single offer. We'll take all 3 of you together. Sophie raised an eyebrow, Lexie froze, and Caitlin whispered, "Together?" The answer, yes, together. And for a trio who refused to abandon one another, the offer was incredibly tempting. Fans weren't calm or patient. They were furious, demanding answers. Why suspend Caitlin? Why alienate Sophie? Why frustrate Lexie? Crowds gathered outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse chanting, "Bring them back. Fix this now. We want our 3. Inside, the Fever staff understood this wasn't a normal situation. It was the emotional collapse of the entire franchise.
Remember, you just lose these players straight up. You don't get anything back for the players. They're gone. We didn't get anything for Temi, did we? No, exactly. Let's take a look at the list that I've concocted. Number 1, you gotta court Caitlin Clark. The General. Last year, she averaged 16.5 points per game over a 13-game period, 8.8 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.6 steals per game. She is the franchise. She is the captain. She is the leader. She is the soul. She is the sun of this solar system. And everything needs to be built around her, predicated around her. The pieces need to be put in place this year, unlike last year, to get the most out of Caitlin Clark's abilities. That means when free agency hits, you don't sign 36, 37, 35, 34. You don't sign.
In a quiet room, the trio sat together with their hands intertwined, eyes red, and hearts heavy. "I don't want to leave, Lexie," Caitlin whispered, "but we can't stay if they treat us like this." Sophie took a deep breath. "Then we stand together. One decision, one voice." The room fell silent as all 3 nodded. They walked through the tunnel with Sophie on the left, Lexie on the right, and Caitlin in the middle. Fans screamed, reporters rushed forward, and cameras flashed like lightning, but the trio didn't stop and didn't look back. They stepped toward an unknown future, but they stepped toward it together. 3 stars, 1 bond, 1 exit, leaving the WNBA in absolute chaos. This storyline is fiction, a dramatic what-if meant to show how deep team chemistry can run and how powerful true loyalty can be. If you want part 2, like the video, subscribe, and comment. The Fever Trio returns.
Insane. I was with my coach and I literally had no words, but after soaking in, I really appreciated the opportunity that Caitlin and Annika have really given me in Cambridge. But even now, like, I still need to relish this, and I think I need to soak it in. So if you can ask me 3 days later, maybe I'll tell you.
Tom?
Hey, Caitlin, Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. You appeared as though on your tee shot at 10 was kind of a relief after a couple of